Hey everyone, this is Sari Torres for PS Art, and today I'm drawing someone from Doctor Who. Recently, it's been announced that Ncuti Gatwa will be the 14th Doctor, and I thought I'd try my hand at seeing what maybe he's gonna look like. Now they haven't released any images of what he'll look like or what kind of outfit he'll have, so I'm gonna be using my imagination here. So starting out with the good old circle with the lines. I am not a professional artist, I am self-taught, so follow this with that in mind. I like putting these giant circles in for the eye placement. Yeah, I know it looks kind of creepy, it looks kind of like maybe one of those crash test dummies or something, but it honestly really helps me with the eye placement. Um, Uh, I kind of like working my way down. I use these big circles as sort of placements for shoulders. This arm at the bottom ends up getting changed later. So if you are drawing along with me, do not do this arm at the bottom. It will get removed later. And boy, I really should be tilting that camera down. It's just sort of going down there and I'm not tracking it. This is my first real drawing video as PS art, and so I've got a little learning to do here. The nose, I don't really know if I stick with that nose. I am adding this after the fact, this voiceover, so kind of following what I did prior. These eyes are not great. I don't keep these eyes either. They look almost like frog eyes. I don't like them. I'm gonna remove them very soon. There's too much eyelid going over the eyes. Yeah, don't follow along with the eyes right now. That is not gonna stay. Eyes are hard. That's one of the main things you can take from this video. Ooh, I've got this cool thing. It's like a pencil eraser. It's like an eraser, but it's like a pencil. It's like a little pointy eraser. It's like a mechanical eraser. Anyways, I highly recommend that. On the side, I kind of figure out what I want to do with these things, and it makes it a little easier to put them in then. And he does have a bit of a little curve on his eyes, so I'm trying to make it look a little bit like the actual person, even though this is sort of a cartoonish design. I don't have to keep those circles. They're mainly for reference. I think I changed those eyes around a bit more. Oh my god. I can't keep an eye. I can't keep an eye out. Yep, I can't. Can't say I'm perfect, can't say I'm a professional, but dang it. I try to make things look good, even if that means redoing things, and that's something you should keep in mind every time you watch an artist is you're seeing a finished product, and a lot of times people will kind of cut out parts of the process that might not look good, but I want to keep some of those in because I want to show you guys this is a process. This finished piece took me maybe 3 hours. Like, God, I'm not keeping that arm. It hurts me to see myself put in all these details. You're not going to keep them, Sari. No, you're wasting your time. But, think about it one way. I'm not really wasting my time because I used up this time to learn that's what I do not want to do. And here I go. I've got my big chunky eraser. That's for the big mistakes. And now we're going to figure out what we're going to do with this arm. Maybe it'll go to the left. No, what is that? Alright, maybe it'll go to the side. Yeah, I think this is what I keep it with. Yeah, just sort of placeholder for the hand. Put in those details later. Sure. Sonic screwdriver right there. Kind of use that. Well, it looks almost like a microphone, but it's just sort of like a ready position. Sonic screwdriver. Ready for adventuring through time and space. There we go, let's get those bumpies. Those little hand bumpies. Hands are such a pain. Yeah, I am using Jodie Whittaker's 13th Doctor Sonic. Sometimes the Doctor will keep the Sonic from the old previous incarnation. Sometimes they don't. So I really didn't feel like drawing an entire new Sonic screwdriver. I've got enough work on this picture, so let's go with 13 Sonic. Once again, I need to figure out this mouth. Oh god. Oh god, no, this is pain. This is causing me pain. Teeth are hard. I did see a lot of pictures of him with his mouth open and like pearly whites showing, and I wanted to kind of copy that and just, no, that's not how you do it. I did look up some references for this. Just sort of a simple smile with teeth showing. I'm changing the eyes again. It's a problem. I've got commitment issues when it comes to drawing eyes. Nice. Yeah, they say half of drawing a smile is drawing the eyes as a smile. I don't know who says that, but I do know. And the eyebrows too, definitely. I put this sort of like accent square on his cheek. I absolutely do not keep that, but I think it did help as sort of a reference when I do get to the coloring as to kind of where to put the shading and the shine there. And he's got some pretty thick eyelashes, so I do kind of enunciate that on the top there. I do like having this sort of eye shine, that little glimmer. I do add a little bit more to that at the end with a white marker pen. And the shape of a head, a human head, is also very hard. Drawing in general is hard, and that is something you will definitely learn from my videos, is that this is hard. Especially his hair kind of forms to his head. It's very short. And so I have to be sure I get that head shape right. And so much of drawing is just drawing something, erasing it, drawing it a little bit different, erasing it, drawing it a little bit different, erasing it. Right here, I'm kind of having him do like this little flourish sort of thing. Because I wanted him to do something with his other hand. So, yeah, I'm going to have almost like a 12th Doctor-esque hand pose, but vertical. So, 12 just loved doing those weird little hand poses, and so maybe that's something 14 will do as well. So let's put this in there. Once again, camera's tilted off. I was getting in the zone here, and I was not watching what I was recording, and that is something I will improve upon in future videos. I'm not used to positioning a camera in this way. I usually film other people or, other things, and for it to be me doing this with the camera right there, it's a learning process, just like drawing. You gotta accessorize, why not? A little earring there, kind of something maybe he's keeping from his previous 13th Doctor incarnation. The Doctor loves a coat. It seems just about every incarnation just loves a coat. Weird little accessories. And he is going to be getting the 13th Doctor's goggles, which the 11th Doctor wore them at one point too, but mostly 13th Doctor wore them several different instances. It took a second to get the shape just right. I actually own a pair of these for they're spiked, and I use them. I've got a punk 13th Doctor cosplay that I've done a couple times, and pretty proud of it. These will be spike free. Some little shine marks. little reflection there. And that little mechanical eraser does help with erasing some of those little details so you can get things just the way you want them. And of course, mouths are hard. I'm just going to completely redo that again. I was pretty close to what I wanted. But I needed a couple more attempts. I needed it to look a little gentler, a little less deranged. Not bad. Sometimes when you draw something and it's not bad, that means you just need to tweak it just a little bit. Just add something little or subtract something little. And that is so much of drawing, is you're not going to get it right on the first try. You're going to get it kind of right, and you're going to figure it out from there. And the autofocus here is definitely both a blessing and curse. It kind of gets in the way here. Sorry about that. I did try to add sort of these little flourishes that the Doctor has, and one of these perception filters, sort of as seen on Sound of Drums. It's maybe got a perception filter, maybe TARDIS key perception filter, and I'm going to use my favorite Sharpie pen. We're going to get outlining. I like doing a nice thin outline, and then I do a thick one the rest of the way around, and you'll see that a bit later. Alright, I'd say our outline is done. Now, that's the boring part. We've got to wait for this to dry. About 10 minutes has passed. I want to be completely sure it's dry because I'm going to erase all those pencil marks. And don't he just look pretty? And from here, we're going to start coloring. And I am going to be using the sonic screwdriver as the light source, so I got to keep that in mind. I don't know if the Doctor's done a green coat. No, wait, yeah, he does. He's had some. He had like a dark green coat as the third Doctor that you do sometimes. But I thought it was time for green. Regardless of like how recent he's had a green coat, which is not recent. I hope this makes some sort of sense. 14th Doctor green coat. Let's go. And you'll see on the bottom, Bob Ross style, I'm listing all the colors. I like the Tombow markers. They're my favorite. They're water-based. I do have some alcohol-based ones that I use for skin tones. For the most part, I use these Tombows. Generally, what I'll do here is I will start with a light color. I'll add a little bit of dark. And then I'll want to use that medium color to sort of merge them together. And you're going to make your paper very wet when you do this. So I actually use paper designed just for marker art that you can get in any craft store. I'll put a link in the description, but it really soaks in that liquid so that you aren't having your paper tear when you do this, because it does take a lot of liquid to get that blend just right. You can see me putting the light to dark and then using the lighter color to blend it all together. It is important after you blend with a light color to go on a piece of scrap paper, just sort of quickly do some scribbles so that you can get the darkness out of it. See, I wanted really bright green there. If I would have done that without getting that dark out first, it would have looked a lot darker than that tone. And once again, I'm straying out of the camera angle. It is my first drawing video like this, so there we go. I at least corrected myself. I feel like I'm learning. We're all learning here. We're all just part of this great, great story called life. And I'm not going to start sounding like Bob Ross. I am not going to go down that road. And if I get a little yellow around that little clock that is completely wrong, the 14 on there, I thought that'd be something a little cute. Some light pastels for the little button-up shirt. And much like several of his predecessors, I did picture 14 wearing some nice glasses. And I actually found a picture of Ncuti Gatwa wearing these sort of glasses as a reference picture, so I thought those would look pretty cool. Sort of threw those on. And I'm just bouncing all over the place when it comes to what I'm coloring when. Oh yeah, I realized at the last minute that I'd forgotten those glasses, so I was like, well, I gotta draw those now. So that's how this is gonna work. These are my skin tone colors. I tried very hard to get the skin tone colors right. I had like a separate sheet of paper because, again, I have a dark, middle, and lighter tone. Usually the middle tone will actually look like a normal shade of light amount, so it's going to be a little bit lighter. Yeah, I make it work. I see what looks right and I do it. And it is hard to not put too many shadows, to get the balance right, to not make it look cakey or anything. I should invest in a good water-based marker skin tone set. The skin tone set I have is all alcohol-based. I don't like them as much. I like the colors themselves, but I just don't like the way alcohol marker sits. I would prefer a good water-based, but I'm being picky. They're markers, sorry. It's okay. Just let them be. It's amazing the moment you color in those eyes, they get a lot more light, like life to them. And I was thinking about a crosshatch for the eyebrows, but then decided to just color them in. For the hair, I did sort of a crosshatch, but then color over it. That kind of gives it that sort of texture that it has. I'm going off screen again, but you will be able to see that I'm back to the Sharpie pen, and I am doing a very thick outline around him. I like doing this just because of how it makes the character stand out. Looks a little bit comic book-y-ish. And I don't do it on all of the inner accents, details, things like that, just on the very outside. And I think it makes it really pop. Okay, and then he's got these pretty brown eyes. Let's fill those in. Very similar to his skin tone. And this white marker, I'm kind of basing this off of one that I did on the Dewan Master. I kind of put some light shading on him, and I really liked how that turned out. So I'm gonna see if I can do the same sort of technique with Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor right here. And I'm gonna first shake up my paint pen, do some practice scribbles. Practice scribbles are my favorite. You never want to put a marker on paper and not know exactly what it's going to look like. You want that predictability. And for this, I'm not pushing down too hard. I don't want a super thick line right now. This is just for, they're almost like anti-shadows. So you know how you do shading for shadows. This is like the opposite. You're just doing everywhere that light is really, really hitting. And I do it a bit thicker here on purpose. I swear that's on purpose. I want to get some extra light onto that clothing because it really kind of soaks in that light. And I had these sort of little accents on his glasses to look like there's some reflection there. And for my other picture, I do have that sort of color going from light to dark, but instead of the fires of Gallifrey, I am putting a nice gentle blue tone in the background. And it's not really anything specific. It's almost like a 90s or 80s style picture background with some pastel colors, and it's going to look real nice. For this, there's going to be a lot of fading between colors, a lot of ink being put down, and yeah, especially trying to get the light to lighter sort of colors. I actually end up putting down a darker tone just to make that seem like more of a transition in color. And I kind of did it out on the sides as well to just sort of get that fade from the purple to blue. Little extra accents on the eyes. I'm liking the way this turned out. Here is my version of Ncuti Gatwa as the 14th Doctor. Done with marker and pen. And I'm super proud of it. I think he looks cute. I think he looks charismatic. Really, really curious to see what his Doctor actually looks like in the next series. And go ahead and sign Sari Torres at the bottom. And thank you for watching.